Good morning. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Cutter Martin here with a check of First Alert Weather Plus. And we are coming to you live here from the newsroom. A lot of weather to talk about today. Rain, maybe even a few thunderstorms. In fact, now we do have our first thunderstorm of the event moving into our westernmost counties, Cleveland, Randolph counties in Alabama. And there will be more rain and rumbles of thunder in the forecast. So a lot of weather to talk about. We can go ahead and take you outside as we let people join in on this conversation. Notice several are streaming on YouTube right now. And also want to take a moment to remind you that if you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, you can simply ask those at Atlanta News First on YouTube at the YouTube account that we're streaming on. Again, that's Atlanta News First on YouTube. Also, you can text us, 470-777 WANF. In fact, let's go ahead and pop that up on the screen while we get our weather graphic situated here. 470-777 WANF, perhaps the best place to ask your weather question, much like you were texting a friend, family, loved one about the weather outside. You can shoot us a text, and we can send back a text to you. Also, just answer your questions live on this particular First Alert Weather Plus stream. So again, thank you for tuning in and for watching. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Cutter Martin. I'm going to go ahead and slide over to radar. Actually, before we go to radar, kind of an interesting visual here. I had to play with our sky cams and point it out to the west and southwest. This is taking a look from the top of the Atlantic building, looking back towards kind of the south-southwest, not quite west, not quite southwest. And you can see darker clouds moving in, and that's rain falling from those clouds there in the distance. And we're now tracking that. Same vantage point. Looking off to the west, rain is about to start yet again in the city of Atlanta, and there will be some steadier rain this go around versus the kind of light sprinkly stuff we had this morning. And rumbles of thunder are, certainly a possibility on through the morning into the afternoon. Let's go ahead and zoom down in. We'll get down to the neighborhood level here. It's the west side that's seeing the most rain right now. South Fulton, though, it is starting to rain yet again. Carrollton, it has been raining for about 20 minutes. Fair play. Southwestern Douglas County, it's raining. Far northern Coweta County, north of Noonan right now, rain is falling. If you're down near Moreland, Sharpsburg, south of Peachtree City, into Fayette County, into Peachtree City, it is still dry, just a couple of sprinkles. But there is heavier rain on the way, and there's that little bit of lightning and thunder right along the Randolph and Cleburne County line. And that's coming with some relatively heavy rain. Moving through Ranburne, Carrollton, it's steady rain. Off to the north, the Bremen community Bremen is seeing light rain, kind of a sprinkle, but there is more rain on the way. Again, panning this back to the west. And the further away we get from Peachtree City, the harder and harder it is for radar to see the rain that is falling. But even with that said, we're detecting rain on the First Alert radar that's located in Peachtree City, right along the Coweta and Fayette County line. We're detecting rain all the way back to the Birmingham Metro. And as I switch over radar modes, there's rain even further back west than that. So long story short, we have rounds of rain in the forecast, and just because the first round was light and maybe hit your neighborhood before you even got out of bed this morning, or because this round that's moving into Atlanta right now may miss the North Metro, probably will miss our far North Metro and North Georgia Mountain communities, doesn't mean you're done with the rain. We certainly do have more rain on the way. It's a very slow-moving storm system, the center of which is still spinning away all the way back here over the Arklatex. And until that moves on by, we're going to have round after round of rain and some embedded thunderstorms in the First Alert forecast. Now that we're a couple minutes into this, I want to let you know that you can ask questions in case you missed this off the top of this stream. You can ask those weather questions really anywhere. You can always send me a message, comment on a post, but two places while we're streaming, one of which is on YouTube. Atlanta News First is the account that we are streaming on right now. And you can also text us. We'll pop that number back up on the screen. I have that pulled up as well, 470-777 WANF. Again, that is 470-777-9263. You can text your weather questions. We'll answer back live. I'll text you back as well. And also, as the rain showers, as thunderstorms move through, or if any active weather ever moves through, if there's something you would like us to see, you can text us photos and videos as well. You may see them on First Alert Weather Plus streams like this one, or on TV on Atlanta News First. So now that we've gone through the setup, and I do want to, again, zoom kind of back in to the metro or to North Georgia. This is what radar looks like right now. First Alert radar doing a great job tracking rain moving back into North Georgia, Metro Atlanta. Here's what radar may look like as we go through the afternoon. Forecast model not doing the worst job here, but what I will say and what we have been saying on TV all morning long is that this particular forecast model, while it's doing a great job and the best of all the tools that we have in the first alert weather belt, so to speak, it's still a little too far south with this rain. Rain is kind of right along I-20, even north of I-20, northern Cleveland County, as we were just tracking rain, north of Carrollton, north of Carroll County. So just a little too far south. So keep that in mind when watching this. But I think it has, in general, the right idea. And that's it. This round is going to continue eastward, wettest south of I-20, but still some rain north of I-20, certainly some rain into the city of Atlanta, already raining in South Fulton right now. It'll be at Hartsfield-Jackson here momentarily. And then the additional rain that we were just tracking in northwest Alabama, that's going to sweep through, taking a further north route through North Georgia and the metro. So that's going to include more of the city, more of the metro, even our mountain communities kind of cashing in on some of that free water needed rain at this point as we get into the afternoon. So I know many saw peaks of sunshine this morning, but don't let that fool you. Don't let the sunshine that we briefly had this morning, which is now gone, by the way, don't let that fool you, because we do have more rain on the way. In fact, we've already lost a lot of that sunshine across the city of Atlanta. That's what it looks like right now in West Midtown and Atlantic Station, to be specific. That's the bins there, kind of screen left, and then looking off to the right, that is rain and gloomy weather. Moving now through South Fulton, it's about to start raining again at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, and then the rain moves further to the east and to the northeast on into the city of Atlanta here over the course of the next 30 to 45 minutes. And I will say this is moving quickly, so it won't take too much longer for some rain to start falling again in the city of Atlanta. And you can see forecast here, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It is raining. Pretty widespread, North Metro and our mountain communities. And that rain will linger. Again, it may not rain in your neighborhood. It may not rain at your plans, your Sunday plans, all day long, but there will be round after round, wave after wave. We've used a couple of different adjectives to describe this forecast, and both still apply. It won't rain constantly all day, but we will have significant portions of the day where it is raining with kind of those occasional intermittent sort of little breaks. But I do think the rain becomes more constant later this evening. Here we are, 7 p.m., taking this forward in time. Rain again becoming more widespread later this evening. Maybe some heavier rain, maybe some more noticeable rumbles of thunder by 10, 11, midnight. Likely, First Alert Meteorologist J.D. Disharoon will be not only streaming on First Alert Weather Plus this afternoon and evening, but also will be tracking rain tonight on Atlanta News First, Peachtree TV at 10 p.m., on Atlanta CW, and then coming up tonight for the late news on WANF, and hopefully not preempted by any sports or anything on CBS. They'll have that early newscast for you as well at 6:30 this evening, and hope be keeping you updated in the First Alert Weather app, regardless of whether we're on Atlanta News First, WANF, or not, due to being preempted by sports or anything like that. Overnight tonight into tomorrow, rain continues. Here we are, 2, 3 a.m. If you're an early riser, maybe you work at Grady, Emory, or one of our hospital systems, and you have to get to work pretty early. You're probably up and at 'em by 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. You're going to be dealing with rain. Rain is going to be falling, no severe weather, but rain could be heavy enough to cause some ponding on roadways in a couple of spots. I don't think flooding is a big concern, but the typical trouble spots could, accumulate a decent bit of water. So some ponding. Again, road flooding, turn around, don't drown kind of stuff is looking not super likely, but high water spot's a possibility. And then watch what happens after a brief little, 4 or 5 a.m. break. Rain moves back in 6, 7, 8, 9 a.m. So even during the normal morning commute, peak hours, 6:30 to 8:30 or so, probably will be some more rain, more wet weather, and that's on top of all the rain that is forecast to fall, that will fall this evening and overnight tonight. So if you're just tuning in, that's the forecast. Show you the 7 to 8 in a moment, but do want to bring you back to First Alert Radar, let you know where it's raining right now, and we are detecting some thunder and lightning, most that we've detected so far this morning. It is raining in Carroll County. It is raining in Carrollton. It is now raining in Douglas County along I-20. This rain is creeping off to the east and will be into the city of South Fulton. Really, it is already there. Palmetto as well, raining lightly, but more substantial rain about still 10, 15 minutes out. And rain is very quickly approaching Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Of course, the airport is, right around here. So sprinkles are imminent, and steadier rain is not far off. Again, off to the west, you can see more rain moving in. And this is why I think the rain may be roughly along I-20, but a little further north than what our forecast model was showing. As you can see this rain that is north of I-20 that is trying to expand into the city of Atlanta. I still think wettest south of I-20 with this round, but some north of I-20, meaning into the city of Atlanta, will still see rain. And then after that, we have an even more substantial round of rain on the way. Again, switching back over radar modes, this lets us see a little further away on our First Alert Radar Network. Notice all of this rain, again, poised to move further to the east and impact even more of North Georgia. And then beyond that, there is even more rain back tied to this parent area of low pressure. The little spin that's causing all of this rain, believe it or not, is still back here over the Arklatex. And that's going to continue to slowly meander its way eastward. And until that gets east of us, significantly east of us, we will have additional rounds of rain and wet weather across North Georgia and metro Atlanta. But I will say, as soon as we can get that system east of us, we have some nice weather on the way. Mom Nature, talk about a payback here. We're back in the mid to upper 70s and full sunshine Tuesday, Wednesday. Not muggy 70s, not humid, not feeling like summer. Even if it hits 80 Wednesday, which some spots will. Look at that morning low Wednesday morning, 49. Look at Thursday morning, 52. Dry air. This is California warmth. Chilly mornings, then we zoom up into the 70s in the afternoons and then tumble back down into the 40s each night with low humidity. So a stunning couple of days. And then Thursday, a couple of showers possible, a little ripple in the atmosphere moving through, just enough to create some scattered rain, not a huge impact. Friday dry, upper 70s again, despite some clouds. And then you see that rain chance Saturday at 40%. This is the risk of severe storms. There's already, the Storm Prediction Center is watching Saturday night while you sleep into Sunday morning for the risk of some strong to severe thunderstorms moving through North Georgia, specifically West Georgia and far northwest Georgia, kind of along and west, roughly here, the I-75 corridor. This would be Saturday night into Sunday morning. Gusty winds, the big threat. Could be some brief tornadoes. Keep an eye on the First Alert Weather app through the work week. And, of course, we'll keep you updated on First Alert Weather Plus streams just like this one, in addition to videos in the First Alert Weather app and updates on both Atlanta News First and on Peachtree TV, Atlanta CW. Reminder, today on Peachtree, you can catch the Braves first pitch just a couple minutes after 1 p.m. They're not playing here at spring training. They're down in Fort Myers playing at JetBlue Park, taking on the Red Sox. Should be a good game. Certainly good weather to watch it indoors on Peachtree TV. And no worries of weather impacts down there. Sunshine and 80s, same storm system that's giving us the nastier weather will spare them. So play is not going to be interrupted by weather down there. Perfect game to catch as rain moves back into metro Atlanta. Case in point, we'll switch back over to radar. Give you that final look at where it's raining now and where rain is going to be going. Moving back into metro Atlanta, Cleveland, Randolph counties already raining fairly heavily with some occasional thunder and lightning. This rain is moving into the city of Atlanta pretty imminently here in the next few minutes. Wettest south of I-20, but there are additional rounds of rain in the First Alert forecast. Keep an eye on the First Alert Weather app, bring the umbrella, and we'll keep you updated.